Now, many of you remember we conducted the interview with Bunny, and that's the name that she liked to go by. I knew what her name was because some people say in the comment section, oh, that's not really her name. If someone tells me to call them something, that's what I'm going to do. And I will continue to call her Bunny because that's what she likes to be called. So she conducted an interview with us about Amber Guyger and just what she saw, what she filmed, the particular video that went viral after Botham Jean was killed. Now, she sat down with us, she shared her story. That made a lot of media organizations real salty. And I stated this before, they didn't like that she sat down with us. And I'm going to get to a lot of the reasons today why she sat down with us versus them. And I know they're going to watch this video. So that's why I want to make sure that I tell them why. So I already knew that when she sat down with us, the hit piece was going to come. It was going to come sooner or later. I knew it. You guys knew that. Do you remember? Well, let's go way back to Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was gunned down by George Zimmerman, okay? There's no reason for George Zimmerman to kill him. The police was on their way. The police was coming. There was no reason for that, right? What ended up happening with the situation with George Zimmerman? We know the outcome of that. But what did the media do? The media demonized Trayvon Martin, pulling up his school records, pulling up pictures that make him not look flattering. They kept doing this over and over and over and over again. You look at people like Sandra Bland. They did the same thing to Sandra Bland. You look at Michael Brown, Freddie Gray, pick a person. This is what they do. The media comes in to defend the particular cop, no matter what the outcome is on that. This is what they do. They also try to make the jury prejudicial against any witness or even the victim themselves. Okay? I have not seen no media organization come in and put out the information on a cop if they are white. Now, when it's the black cops, oh, they have no problem putting out their record, no problem putting out their information, and I've seen them do it more than once to black cops. But when it's white ones, they don't do that. They're all on board. They all clicked in. It is definitely media racism that they practice. We see it so many times. Case in point, the hit piece came, and it came twofold. We're going to show you how dirty they are and why they are the fake news media that Trump talks about. First clip is going to be from Fox 4 as a local Dallas affiliate. I want you to hear exactly what they're going to put together because we're going to expound on that. And I'm using this clip because they're using my clip, so it shouldn't be any problem. Let's go ahead and roll that particular clip.
This was Amber Guyger at her last court appearance. Cameras will be looking for her again this Friday at her third announcement hearing. Court records indicate Guyger's defense team looking into the background of the woman who shot video of the pacing, then off-duty Dallas police officer following the shooting of Botham Jean.
I did hear the actual shot, and that's what prompted me to go outside and actually start recording the video.
Ronnie Babbs recorded the video and uploaded it 2 days after the shooting. She's a witness brought by family attorneys to the attention of the district attorney. She told her story to the online site Advise Media Network, posted last month on YouTube.
The next day, I'm looking on the news, looking on social media, trying to figure out what was going on. And I see a conflict in the story. I see that it's what she was saying was completely contradicting to what I had seen.
Babbs is the only witness we know of who's come forward challenging Guyger's account of what happened, that she thought Jean was an intruder in her third-floor apartment when she shot him. Guyger was not at her apartment, but at Jean's fourth-floor flat. Defense attorney DeMarcus Ward is not involved in the case.
Witness credibility is everything.
Attorneys Toby Shook and Robert Rogers, representing Guyger, are now digging into Ronnie Babbs. They filed subpoena applications with 4 of her former employers, wanting to know her employment history and any termination and disciplinary documentation, and with Dallas police concerning 2 theft cases from 2013 and 2012 connected to Babbs.
What they're trying to do with that is look into her background and also look into her life.
Ward says Guyger's defense attorneys will comb through that YouTube interview as well.
So there are a lot of things that she says in that interview. And so what they're going to be looking for there are inconsistent statements that can go at the heart of her credibility.
Ward says it's a page from the defense attorney playbook. Try to impugn the credibility of a witness contrary to your client.
Absolutely, you have to. Any good defense lawyer would. You have to look at the credibility of everybody.
So I want you guys to remember, Bunny did not kill no one. She didn't shoot no one. She didn't go into anyone's home that she wasn't supposed to. None of that. That is Amber Guyger, former Dallas police officer, Amber Guyger. She's the one on trial, not Bunny, okay? We want to make sure we establish this in the beginning. Now, they come up here trying to take the focus off of Amber Guyger and let's put it on the witness. Let's put it on Bunny. Let's demonize her. They always use deflection tactics. We got to get the eyes off of her or him, right? That's in their group. And let's make sure we always put the focus on a black man or a black woman. Let's demonize them. Let's try to pull up their record, whatever it may be. So this is what they done. They sat up here. They wanted to see her records from her previous employers. What does any of that have to do with what happened that day? Whether she's fired, whether she quits, whether she's laid off, whatever it may be, would any of that affect what happened that day? What she walked up on that day? Most people with common sense will say, no, it's not going to affect that. Then they brought up her record from the past. Now, I want you to pay attention to how they said it. They showed you, it said theft of service 2013, 2012. The tactic with that, I'm trying to teach y'all how the fake news media works. They use this tactic to put in the mind of the person listening, hey, they're a thief, and without explaining what happened. Because you can get a theft of service for just about anything. Now, we're going to go into what her charges are because I know what they are. I know what happened, and I'll tell you the outcome since they won't do that. I mean, if you're going to put out her record, let's go ahead and put it out. And yes, she knows I'm about to do this because I got the clarification from her about her own charges. So it's not that I'm exposing her or nothing. I am putting out the information, right? 2012, let's talk about the first charge, that first theft of service charge. She was in a cab or ride sharing service or something to that effect. Something happened between her and the driver. He ended the trip. She said that, hey, well, you're going to end my trip, then I don't want to pay for this. He was making a big deal about the situation. She called the police. The police got there. She was outside the vehicle. She told them she wasn't going to pay for the ride. And they said, well, if you're not going to pay for it, we're going to have to charge you with theft of service. And that's how she got the first theft of service charge, was behind something like that, like something that would possibly happen with the Uber. Now, Uber's different. You know what I'm saying? Uber collect your things before you even get to it. So there's no even issue with that. So I guess that's probably before the time of Uber. Went to jail, bonded back out, and she had to wait till her time in court. Well, she had some extended time with court. She was working in 2013 with a company named Nordstrom, which is a retailer. And in the midst of all of that, what she was going through, she had a coworker that convinced her, and she said she fell for it, to return an item and got the money for it. That's how she got the second theft of service. Now, I asked, how much was it? Was it a lot? Was it an amount? And she said it was less than $200. That's how she got the second one. Now, she had got all those put together, and all she served was 8 days in jail. She had a 4-month probation. She had 50 hours of community service and some fines. She knocked all that out. That was the end of it. She had no issues with any kind of law enforcement or whatever since that time period. That's what happened. Something that was, to me, petty. Was it wrong? I mean, anybody would say it would be. She acknowledges that, but it wasn't on the guise of killing anyone. That's for sure. So if you're going to put out her information, if you're going to talk about it, let's go ahead and talk about it. So the first one was behind the cab ride. The second one, she was listening to someone else on the job, and she done something she wasn't supposed to do. And she said at the same time, the reason why she fell more into it is because she didn't have the money for the fines from the court. So she said, I'm gonna take this money and use it to pay the court. That's what happened. It doesn't make it right, but that's the whole situation. So it doesn't come in comparison to Amber Guyger and what she has done, okay? And this news media piece, they're wrong for that because they should explain what happened. What are the theft of service? Explain the circumstances behind it. But that's what black media is for, is that when you connect with us, let's put out the real story. Let's not put out a half story. On top of this first story that you heard, before this one came out, around a little at midnight last night, there was another piece came out from the Dallas News. And I put up the screen. Now I want you to see this. It says, is a witness in the Botham Jean case less credible after raising $30,000 on GoFundMe? The whole article is innuendo, okay? They don't put no facts, and I'm gonna read a few things off of this article, what they stated. It's wrong. So Darren Wilson, when he had killed Michael Brown, he raised $293,000 in 4 days. Now, one of them said, is Darren Wilson credible? They never said that. None of them. When George Zimmerman raised his money, nobody said nothing about his credibility. As many of them have raised so much money, nothing about a credibility, but when Bunny do it, all of a sudden it's a credibility issue. Remember, she's not on trial. She didn't go into a man's apartment and shoot him. So it doesn't matter about credible, not credible, doesn't matter. She shot the video. The video is what it is. It is what it is on that. Either you take what's on the video or leave it. Everybody's seen the video, but they're trying to demonize her. That's what they always do. Take the focus off of the person who did the offense and let's put it on Bunny. Just like they want to take the eyes off of Governor Northam and put it on Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax. They don't change. They do the same things. And that's why we try to teach you how to spot the tactics that they use. And you wonder why people don't want to sit down and interview with you. You wonder why people don't want to take your phone calls, because look at what you do. You're not fair. You're not practicing true journalism, because you know good way they don't teach you that in school. You know that. You're pushing an agenda to protect the entity of police and try to demonize any person who tries to do the right thing. My thing is, if you're going to put out information, put it out on Amber Guyger, put out her record, put out everything. That way you fair to everybody. But no, you're putting out a witness's information and don't put out the person who's supposed to be standing trial. Is that you know what side that the Dallas News is on or Fox 4. You wonder why she didn't want to give you an interview. See, this sister was smart. She already knew what y'all was on. She already knew the hit piece was coming way before I even talked to her. Okay. But then let me get into this other article here in the Dallas News. So they talked about her raising the funds or GoFundMe. Okay. And then they get some lawyers in. They say, oh, legal experts say her fundraising could undercut her credibility. How? That's all I want to know. And she never says in this article how. She just gets some attorneys to try to insinuate that she is having to GoFundMe because she's trying to come up off of this case. Okay. So then in the article, they talk about, what happened. They get put some quotes in from the interview that we had with her. In this article, they got an attorney that's out of Dallas by the name of Chris Knox. So he stated there are obviously major red flags anytime a witness used a connection to a legal proceeding as a platform to openly solicit donations. She, and from what I read from the GoFundMe, and many of you who have donated to her on GoFundMe, right? And thank you for the generosity for helping out the young woman. She stated she opened that because she lost her job, that her job told her they did not want to be affiliated with a high profile case. They also had people constantly calling their place of business, harassing them about her. Okay. So she lost her job. She didn't have any place to stay. She needed to eat. She needed to do something. So she reached out to the public. What's wrong with that? People do that all the time. Bunny isn't charged with a crime. She isn't on trial. So what are you talking about? Now, if Amber Guyger puts up a GoFundMe, then let's have that conversation. But Bunny is not on trial. She would just be a witness, and she has to be subpoenaed in that case, right? Okay, continuing. So this same lawyer says people are likely to question a witness's motivations and truthfulness when they have a financial stake in the proceedings. Who are these people? Because I don't question anything. So who are these people? I think every person who donated have enough intelligence to read before they actually go out of their wallets and donate anything. They understood what they was donating for. And they were donating because of the injustice that happened to her, and also for what happened to Botham, who has no one to speak for him. No one. And you wonder once again why she did not want to interview with you guys. Now, they stated that they tried to ask Amber Guyger's lawyer, but they could not say anything because of a gag order in the case. And also, the district attorney couldn't make any comment because of a gag order. Bring up the death threats that she talked about in the video to say that she didn't go to the Dallas police and report any death threats to them. You know, but that's her choice if she want to do that or not. But this is the thing. So you're bringing up her record and then you backdoor. See, this was a strategy. Let's talk about her record about a theft of service. We'll put out there that in the minds of people, she's a thief. And you know what people you're really trying to reach. You're not trying to reach people like me. Then let's backdoor and question about the GoFundMe money, okay? And then we're going to put out there that she's trying to come up off of this case, and that's why she's doing this. You get what I'm saying? Literally trying to make her look like the scum of the earth, and yet she didn't kill no one, shoot no one. She's not on trial. She's not charged with anything. And this is why Donald Trump has been so great against the media. He's been great. I don't agree with a lot of things Donald Trump do, but there's one thing I do agree with. When he says that they are the enemy of the people, I understand why. Look at this, what they're doing. They've been doing this, especially the black folks, forever. And it's time for us as black folks, when we see them do this, to call them out. Every person that's making videos on social media should be calling this out, what they're doing. Because before with Trayvon and all the other ones, we never did it. We weren't really hip to their tactics. Now we hip to the tactics of what they're doing. We're pointing it out, and everyone in unison needs to come out speaking against that, what they're doing. Why? Because they need to see that, wait a minute, you guys not going to put no dirt out on an innocent sister like that. You're not going to do that. I don't care what her past is. That's her business. If she took care of it with the courts, that's her. I don't care. She walked up that day. That's what she heard. She turned on her camera. That's the end of it. I don't care about nothing else she had going on. I really don't. And most people that's listening don't care what she's going on. But we got to keep on keeping our eyes and ears open. This is the propaganda war, brothers and sisters. This is not nothing that you could take a day off on. They don't take a day off. Not one day. This was a coordinated hit with these two pieces that came out from Fox 4 and DallasNews.com. It happened on the same day, and that's how they do it. And we got to have a coordinated response back to back to back, flooding that Google algorithm on Google.com with responses. Because trust me, when you put in their name, the responses pop up just as much as their articles pop up. Now, I know Sister Lisa Cabrera made a video because we discussed this behind the scenes. But what I'm asking all of you who make videos, make a response in defense of your sister, because it could be her today. It'll be somebody else tomorrow. They following the same tactics, and the mainstream media, we can't allow them to get away with that. And we just sit back and say, oh, look what they're doing to us. It's not always a time to talk about what they're doing. It's a time to expose them. It's a time to rebut them and show their tactics to the people. Because this is not something that American people, let's say you want to go there, should be putting up with. I mean, we have a right to our privacy. We have a right to trial. We have a right to free speech. We have a right to due process. We have a right to all those things. And we as black folks have to stand up for ourselves and give a response to these things when they happen. Because this is extremely dirty, what they're doing to her. This is dirty. It has nothing to do with this trial. And even if the lawyers are subpoenaing, that's their business. But I'm talking about the media, what they're doing. They have nothing to do with what those lawyers got going on. Lawyers do that, okay, lawyers do that. The brothers say they do that. But I'm talking about what the media is doing. The media is attacking her with this. Because they couldn't talk to her, oh, now we're going to be in and start attacking her. I want to see Amber Guyger's police record. Let's put that out. I want to see if she had any infraction with law enforcement as well. I want to see any type of complaints. Let's put that information out. Why you ain't put that out yet? Oh, you're not going to put that out, but you're going to put out the information of a woman who's been traumatized, who's been threatened, who lost her job, all because she saw something and posted a video. No. This the fake news media, that got to stop. And we in the black media is going to defend our brothers and sisters when we catch them doing that. No. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. As I asked many of you who make videos, give a response to this, whatever it is, in your own words. And also, before I wrap up, this week I'm going to be promoting this heavy. We need all of you who are on our page to be acclimated in every single thing that we're doing. So this week we're going to promote our Instagram page. Now it's instagram.com/Advise Media Network. I'll make sure it be the first particular comment you see this week. All you have to do is go down to the comment section, and all you got to do is click that Instagram link. It'll pop up. All you have to do is follow us. We are doing live streams on Instagram, talking about many things. We're making quick posts. I mean, the news cycle is 24/7. So we posted things on Instagram, posting things on Twitter, Facebook, etc. But let's all join us on Instagram this week, because we need to build that page up. We need to make sure we stay in connection with our people, because the cycle moves so quick. You may get an Instagram response quick out of me, and you'll probably get a YouTube video, because it takes a lot to put these videos together. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation that's going on with Bunny and how the media is playing the same dirty tricks. But this time it's going to be different, because they're going to be a coordinated response by the community to shut this down.